Welcome to G6 Adventures as we take a couples trip to the island of Kauai. We stayed at the Grand Hyatt in South Kauai on Poipu Beach, and we loved this hotel. We would absolutely stay here again. It had great pools with waterfalls and a lazy river, and also a saltwater lagoon. In the summertime, South Kauai beaches, the waves are quite intense, so it was great. We got to watch a lot of surfers, but not great for swimming. The pool bar had great drinks, and there were 5 restaurants on property. We got into all of them except for tide pools, so just make sure you make an advanced reservation for that one. One of our favorite things was that there was a hike right off of the property onto Shipwreck Beach. Shipwreck Beach is not a sandy swimming beach. It's all full of these rocks, and we enjoyed just hiking along them, taking a nice peaceful walk. We barely saw anyone. We did see some turtles out in the water. Just kind of make your own trail, and we really liked this. Our first full day in Kauai, we started off on a really popular hike called the Sleeping Giant Trail. This is a 3.4 mile out and back trail with almost 1,000 feet elevation gain. It's rated hard. I would say it's probably a little bit more moderate. You're actually climbing the face of the Sleeping Giant, so when you get to the top, you can see the beautiful town. But when you're in the town, you can see the mountain, which is the Sleeping Giant. There are portions where you're doing some scrambling and you go along a narrow ridge, but this was a great way to start our vacation. Next up, we moved a little more north and hit up the famous Queen's Bath. Queen's Bath is in the town of Princeville, and it's a pool made from a sinkhole, and it's surrounded by rock. You can get there via a short trail that's about a half a mile. Parts of the trail are steep and slick with mud. In the fall and winter, during the periods of high surf, it's considered extremely dangerous, and people have been swept away out to sea by high waves. So check all trails before you go to make sure the trail is even open, and definitely don't go in the winter months. We felt safe being out there in July, and we loved it there. We saw some more turtles, and although it was one of the most crowded things that we did, we stayed for a long time. Next up, we hit up a food truck for lunch and headed to one of my favorite things we did.
Here we go! Down to the secret beach. Yay!
Hanging out at a secret beach that was gorgeous was probably my absolute favorite thing that we did. You take a short but steep hike down to the beach in what looks like a neighborhood, and the roads to get there are unmarked, so I'll leave some info in the description box. But we really felt like we were all alone, and it was just stunning. It was really close to the lighthouse, and apparently there's a clothing optional section of the beach, but we didn't really notice anything. The next morning, we rented a kayak and took a trip down the Kilauea River. It was about 3 miles to get up the river to the start of the hike to the falls. A wonderful taxi service, Andrew Gray's kayaks.
There's all of these folks.
So the way down was actually really peaceful and nice. It didn't take much effort to get down. It was a pretty calm river. And a lot of people actually did the guided tours. We did self because we just thought we could handle it. And I truly suggest just doing the self. It wasn't a huge deal. And then you park your kayak and then take the 3-mile hike to the secret falls. The reviews said the trail was really muddy, so it was nice that they had those boardwalks. And again, because we weren't on a guided tour, we self-paced and we were able to move through the hike pretty fast through the jungle. Going just around the river bend, we're crossing the river.
Here's the 4th river that we're crossing.
Water shoes are recommended. There was a lot of water that we had to hike through, but we eventually made it to the falls. It was gorgeous. Most people were just standing around. Not a lot of people got in. The water was cold, but if you hike to a waterfall, you gotta get in. After the falls, we kayaked back, and that was pretty difficult. We were going against the wind, and it kind of felt like if you stopped paddling, you would move backwards. It did take us quite a while to go back, but once we got back, we had to hit up another trail while we were in the area, the hike to Hoiopi Falls. This is a 2.5-mile trail through the jungle. Cool trees along the way. Once you get past the first falls, don't hit your head going down like I just did. But you want to keep going down to the second fall because that's a bigger one, and they had a rope swing there. When we got there, there was only one other family and a lot of chickens, but that family left, and then we were there all by ourselves. The next morning, we were up early for the 90-minute drive to the northeast side to the Waimea Canyon area. So probably the trail I was most excited about, we started off first. It was the Awa Awa Pui Trail. I hope I'm saying that right. This is a 6-mile trail that clearly is muddy and slippery, and you are in a rainforest. It was raining on us on the way down, but all of the hike up is worth it for this. This is the Nepali coast where Jurassic Park was filmed and a lot of other movies. It's just breathtaking, absolutely insane. And this hike was really difficult, but absolutely worth it. We stayed up there forever, just in awe. It was just crazy. But there's that small ledge there that you can walk out to. It looks really scary. It is really scary, but you have to do it.
Hey, we're going up now. It was muddy. Good thing you got a stick.
Next up, in that same state park, we did the Waimea Canyon Trail. This is a 3.6-mile trail, and you're overlooking the Grand Canyon of Kauai. It was gorgeous. We had a really good time on this hike. I know I'm saying gorgeous, beautiful, incredible, a whole lot in this video, but there's really no other way to describe this island. Everywhere you turn, there is something beautiful to see. I cannot recommend enough if you love the outdoors to come to this island. What was so cool about this hike in particular is where I'm standing there, where you're looking down, you're seeing that waterfall. And then when we went to a lookout, you could see the waterfall from the other side. So you do the hike and then you look down and you can see the canyon, and then you drive down to the lookout and then you look across and see where you were. It's pretty crazy. Again, gorgeous. There's the Grand Canyon, and I mean, you just really got to see it to believe it. The pictures just aren't doing it justice.
We're about to go on the hanging suspension bridge.
The next morning, we had a boat scheduled to take us around the Nepali coast and through some caves. Unfortunately, they had to cancel because it was too windy, which was a real bummer. But we took that time to explore some more beaches along the North Shore and snorkel, and we're glad we did because we found these sea turtles. Hope you enjoyed this video of the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We hope we can take the kids there one day. We know they would love it. If you love hiking and adventuring, I hope you get to go there one day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and stick around and watch some of our other videos. See you next time.